welcome everyone. Thank you for joining today's session.
Yes.
So now I can see everyone. That's great. Yeah. And such amazing stories, Sushma, you just shared. It's really, it's really wonderful, and it's really tied in with today's theme as well, right?
Yes.
Only when we know who we are, our value, and then we can go about and really take control of our life and live this life, because we only have one life, right? And also, I just really want to acknowledge both of you for your contribution. And it was so great to learn, from both of you how you had started, and the intention of serving this amazing community. And I was sharing with you earlier as well, my background. I'm from a small farm village in Inner Mongolia, China. And talking about limited and talking about adverse circumstances, right? So all of this, and also what it really means for all of you being here. And honestly speaking, I have been there. Where whatever situation that you are in, I have been there. And I've been in this field of transformation and exploring for over a decade. What drives me is what makes the difference to support another human being. So this is why I am here, and to share what I have discovered, and something just phenomenal. And I'm just so thrilled to be here and to share this with you. And as I was sharing with Sushma and Jason earlier, well, I wish, like when I was in that kind of situation years ago, like looking for a job, or, feeling things are just not really turning out quite as I wanted to be, just like experiencing so much of, friction in life, right? No alignment. So I was thinking, like, I wished I could be there, me now, be there and for myself. So I'm really happy to be here and supporting each and every one of you. So it's such an honor and privilege. And so I will be starting a screen share. So you can, I'll just guide you through, and then before we start our journey today, because what I want to really share with you today is, seriously, like I'm gonna say something very interesting about no bullshit, what works to support you, okay? So this is my commitment and my intention. And so we're gonna go through that, and we're gonna go through some part of what we might be dealing with as human beings, and then you learn the truth about who we are, like what Sushma shared in the story. So I'm gonna do the screen share, and then we're gonna start from there. All right, it's here. Yeah, can you see my screen? Thumbs up? Yeah? Okay, awesome. So basically, this is who I am. This is what I mean by really what works in the most effective way, which I discovered, especially with people who are dealing with specific issues, right? So, my passion has always been, how can I support another human being? Because I have been in the worst places myself, and how I support myself and get out, and then, using my exploration. So basically, this is what I've been helping people with. And, talking about effectiveness, right? I don't want to boast or anything. This is just some feedback, some of the testimonials that people are sharing with me. I think the screen is a bit too big. Yeah, anyway. So literally, this is what happened to people. Can you imagine, right? How could this happen? Kate is from London, and she's a sporty person, but she has been suffering this joint pain, like from her hip and then her foot. And she's just took her joy and freedom and, her expression to do any sports. She was literally handicapped feeling, and so weighed down, and her joy and her freedom got sucked out. And then she did everything, and then she spent so much money. She was literally like telling me, almost felt like something rare, something happened. You know, she was really worried, actually concerned about what had happened to her. And then in one session, and she got rid of her pain. And she got her life, her joy back. It's just incredibly amazing. And then there's Regina, you know, same, and she just bloomed afterwards. So how does all of these results happen? You know, like how could we, you know, human beings, you know, 1 second ago could it be this way? Experience is almost like dragging our boat. Can you imagine the picture, right? Almost like you're dragging your boat across the desert, since we're in Dubai. So let's use this analogy, right? And then afterwards, what happened to them, their experiences, you put the boat in the ocean and then you hoist up the sails and then they become effortlessly sailing in the ocean. So the topic of today is really, how do we take control of our life? And, you know, you all got attracted to, yes, let's learn something. Let's get, you know, some awareness of this, right? You know, what is it this about being a human? And Sushma's story talking about, you know the value of yourself. But first of all, are you aware of the amazing power of your mind? See, the reason why Kate and Regina, they could achieve the kind of results that they achieve in life by having access to this is because they are finally learned and had the access to the power of their mind, right? So basically, what happened is that, you know, first of all, the power of our mind, and then we have you, who you are. So what I want to do is that I want to share with you a video. So this will help you explain what really is there, okay? So you can understand. Okay, I'm going to stop screen, share this one. I'm going to share another one.
I think we can't hear the sound, Miss Jing.
Yeah, the volume, right? Sorry.
Yeah, the volume.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a writer. Okay, his name's Jeremy Bennett, and then, you know, he's amazing.
Hey everyone, Jeremy Bennett here. Let's look at how powerful your mind is. Let's compare your mind to the most sophisticated man-made device ever created, the computer. The average computer can hold about 250,000 pictures, 20,000 songs, and hundreds of full-length videos. Nowadays on something the size of my finger. Crazy. But let's compare it to your mind. Your mind can perform an estimated 10 quadrillion operations per second without you even knowing it. Wild. Ask yourself right now, what's making blood flow throughout your veins with the perfect amount of pressure to keep you alive? What's making your heart beat right now? Are you consciously commanding your heart to beat right now? No. What's maintaining your body core temperature to the perfect degree to keep you alive? What's doing the 6 trillion things to your 60 trillion cells every single second? It's something called your subconscious mind. This is the powerhouse to who you are. Your cat has it, even your puppy has it. But of all the things that your subconscious mind can do, it can't do one thing. And this thing can help you attract good things into your life or can absolutely demolish your health. What is that one thing it can't do? It can't distinguish between a real event and something you merely think about. Sounds absolutely ridiculous, right? What happens when you have a nightmare? You wake up, your heart is pounding, you're sweating, and you're anxious beyond words. The nightmare existed in your mind. You weren't in any real danger at all, but your mind didn't know that. You physiologically reacted as if the nightmare was actually taking place in reality. There was a study conducted where a doctor hooked up an elite athlete, a professional skier, to a device that measured the athlete's muscle fibers. He told the skier to merely think about skiing down a hill without moving a muscle. The act of thinking about skiing down the hill actually made the same muscle fibers that would have actually fired off if he were to be actually skiing fire off from thoughts. This has been demonstrated time after time with the placebo effect. Group A suffering from a particular illness gets prescribed a pharmaceutical FDA-approved drug specifically designed to treat that illness. Group B suffering from the same illness gets a sugar pill, thinking it's real medication. Both groups get cured. In fact, the New England Journal of Medicine published a study involving two groups suffering from the same degenerative knee disorder. Group A had a surgery designed to scope out the knee and relieve the symptoms of the disorder. Group B, with the permission of the family, had a fake surgery, a placebo surgery, thinking that they had a real surgery. Only 3 small incisions were made in the kneecap, but no real surgery was performed. Both groups reported that the surgery was a success. In fact, researchers are suggesting that a minimum of 1/3 of all medical treatment, including surgery, is due to the belief that the treatment is going to work, the placebo effect. Most people don't realize that there is also something called the nocebo effect. It's practically the opposite of the placebo effect. The mind, instead of curing illness, contributes to illness. That's what a hypochondriac is. Their belief that they're going to develop a disease actually causes them to experience the symptoms of it. Whatever belief you hold in your subconscious mind will become your reality. Bottom line. That's how hypnosis works. The hypnotist implants the idea in the back of their subject's mind, and the subject experiences whatever they hold there. If they hold the belief that there's a spider on their arm, their eyes actually see a spider on their arm. An amazing demonstration occurs when the hypnotist walks towards his subject with his finger extended. He tells the subject that his finger is hot and burning. The hypnotist slowly touches the subject on their arm, and a blister actually forms in the exact place that the finger touched. Now, this is crucial to understand in all healing. Free will, as we understand it, is practically an illusion. In fact, 2 to 4% of the time, you decide what you want to do. You actually make the decision. 96 to 98% of the time, you don't. You're on autopilot. Your subconscious mind controls your decisions 96 to 98% of the time. Don't believe me? Do you like ice cream? If you do, snap your fingers and stop liking it. Do you enjoy watching sports? Snap your fingers and stop enjoying it. You can't. 96 to 98% of the time, everything we crave, desire, and act upon comes from what we hold predominantly in the back of our subconscious minds. Whatever we hold predominantly in the back of our subconscious minds, we are attracted to in life. What happens when you buy a new car? It's the only car you see on the road for the next 2.5 weeks. You saw those cars before you bought your car, but why didn't they stand out to you? Because you didn't own that car yourself. You weren't thinking about it yourself. What you hold in your mind, you're attracted to in life. That's how subliminal ads work so effectively. They work so effectively, they're banned in over 10 countries as a way to advertise. So if what you hold in the back of your subconscious mind shapes your reality, what shapes your subconscious mind? Practically everything that you're exposed to, everything that you see, hear, smell, taste, and feel is shaping your subconscious mind. Let's look at some specifics. Television. Here's a scary stat. By the time a child finishes elementary school, that child has witnessed an estimated 8,000 simulated murders on TV. All of these extremely graphic scenes are sinking back into their minds. And don't be tricked by Hollywood or cartoons. In the most important developmental years, when a child should be taught compassion and understanding, extremely intelligent minds behind the creation of perceived harmless children's cartoons are sinking violence into the back of their minds. Don't be fooled. What are you listening to on the radio? Every single word or thought you hold in your mind has a particular vibrational frequency. Negative words or intentions have slower vibrational frequencies, and positive words have higher vibrational frequencies. This is a song by Lady Gaga called Bad Romance. Some of the lyrics are, I want your drama, I want your ugly, I want your disease, I want a bad, bad romance. Our thoughts create us. We have to be extremely careful with what we are feeding our minds. Music can be beautiful and beneficial, but it can also have a negative impact on your health. Choose wisely. When I was growing up, the most violence we had on video games was Mario and Luigi jumping over turtles' heads. This is what our youth are playing today. These gruesome, extremely graphic images are sinking into the backs of their subconscious minds, weakening their immune systems and having astronomical, gradual negative effects on their health. Nobody's saying that these games are going to cause them to pick up a gun and go shoot somebody, but these games are affecting their health. There is zero doubt about that. What happens when you gossip? In order for you to gossip, you have to hold a negative memory and negative thought inside of your mind. You not only think about that negative memory, you share it with the other person that you're talking to. The second you hold negative thoughts in your mind, biochemistry of your brain changes and you release cortisol, the stress hormone, into your blood, which then weakens your immune system, inhibits the actions of your white blood cells, increases the chances of infection, and even promotes weight gain. All from gossiping, all from your thinking. You can't gossip without hurting yourself. Remember that. But of everything you can expose yourself to, there is nothing more important than the thoughts you hold in your mind. We have on average 60,000 thoughts a day. And the reality is, not only are most of these thoughts the same thoughts we had yesterday, but they are negative thoughts, either dwelling on something bad in the past or fearing something that could potentially happen in the future. The second we have these negative thoughts, the second we release cortisol, the stress hormone, into our blood. Our thoughts create us. Most people believe that situations cause them anxiety, stress, or cause them to be depressed. The reality is this: there is absolutely no situation in the entire universe that can cause someone to experience anxiety. None. It's your psychological reaction to the situation that can cause you to experience anxiety, not the situation itself. This is crucial to understand. Why is it that when one person skydives, their brain releases endorphins, the good feeling chemical, into their blood, while releasing cortisol into another? It's the same situation. How can the company of one person cause excitement in one person while making another person stressed? It's because it's never the situation that causes anyone to experience anxiety, but their reaction to it. You create your anxiety, not a situation. When you truly fundamentally understand this truth, that's when you realize that you control your anxiety, not a situation. It's one of the most liberating feelings you can ever experience. If you create it, you can take it away. Your thoughts control your life. You are the creator of your everything. Choose your thoughts wisely. God bless.
Yeah. So, what are some of the thoughts? What do you hear for yourself? Yeah, we can open the floor just for a little bit, Jason, so that we can have some, interaction before we go on to the next part.
Everybody is already unmuted. Anybody can speak. If anybody has any clarifications, they can ask directly.
What
No,
did
I
you hear
think
for yourself?
the basic idea is, like we say, what we sow, so shall we reap. So if we are putting in the negative thoughts, our actions, everything will be negative.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So can you
basically,
see? Yeah, we talked. Yeah. Yes, Jason, go
yeah,
ahead.
basically it's the mind game. You know what is in the mind, what we feel, what we are anxious about. We see it as a reality in front of us at some time. You know, that's the thing
Yeah.
which is going in the mind.
We
Yeah, it's
attract what we
incredible,
visualize. Yeah.
isn't it? Right.
Yes.
So now you are aware of this. So basically, what it really means for all of us, okay, what really means for all of us here is that we have our subconscious mind, which is the mind always open, always operating, right? And this is actually the dominant 96 to 98% of us. Like literally everything we do, we say, the way we are being, the way how we like certain things or don't like certain things, and the way we act, all of this. And then there's also just 2 to 4% of us, which is probably us, right? So we say consciously, like the logical mind, book reading, especially self-help books, you know, oh, we go for the motivational speech. But you see, have you ever experienced this? You know, you go for some motivational speech, at the moment you are like, yeah, oh yes, pumped, let's ready, go. After it, as soon as the motivational speaker left and you go back to the old self, and then
Yes,
like,
yes, true.
right? This is what it is. This is what it is. Literally. So the aim of the session today is to help you understand this is what's going on, right? There's nothing good or bad about it. Of course, all of us, we have already finished our subconscious programming. No, I mean the basic patterns, right? Because how we are today as adults, we have been programmed as a kid. The childhood programming is the strongest, the most powerful one. Right. So when we finish that programming and then we release it into the world, and whatever the programming back then, the beliefs and everything that you thought of, you know, you're connected with emotionally, it just gets created again until today. It's kind of like a vicious circle that we know. It's just like same thing, same pattern. It just come on again. And then we can't really break through that, right? It doesn't matter. You know, you want that great job, you want like, oh, I wanted a high salary, but you just can't go for it because deep down, there's something that you're saying about yourself, like, oh, I'm just not good enough. Oh, I don't deserve that. I don't know. This is something that I said to myself because of the limited circumstances I grew up with. You know, I constantly had that. And then, you know, with the work which I do, helped me break through that pattern. And this is where I really come to share with you, right? So, you know, what I said earlier, I found the most effective way to really hack into how we can take control back, because we, now knowing that, we have the power over the mind. We can do that. But the thing is that you first need to understand that, right? And when I say hypnosis is the most effective way, really, to help reprogram your mind, considering, you know, first 7 years of us growing up and we're being programmed everything into us. It's just kind of like a computer, right? You just throw it into it, you have to get programmed to be used. So us, we came into the world, we're empty, we are completely pure empty, and then we got to have the program to survive the environment. Literally whatever is in your environment is programmed into you. You know, a lot of stories, a lot of lack, you know, some of the common beliefs that we hear constantly that really determines a human being, a kid growing up is, you know, like you'll never amount to anything. Have you ever heard of this one? Some teachers or somebody, you know, process of growing up said something like that. You just become something subconsciously. You are kind of like a lid, just holding you within that. And then you just constantly sabotage yourself. Some people experience a lot of sabotage. Many of my clients, you know, even though they they break out, they say, no, let me show you, and they still do it. But subconsciously, they still have this. It's kind of like lid. They just can't go to the next level. Only until they go to the subconscious mind and they see this, and then they clear it, and they are able to hoist their sail with their ship and then get effortless, in the ocean, like in life as well, right? The ocean called life. And then another thing is that, we're not worthy. This is so common. My experience, I'm a girl in China growing up. And then, the moment I was born, my family was talking about giving me away. So talking about not worthy, right? So I had to break through that to really get to where I am. By the way, Jason, is the volume okay?
Yes.
Yeah?
Go ahead. Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah. So I just realized, sorry. Yeah. And then another one, a common one is, at school, maybe we suffered something, like maybe one failure at exam, or you didn't answer right. There's a belief called, oh, I'm not smart enough, right? I'm going to just keep going. Another thing is like my family, they're farmers and they're working on the farm so hard, and then also because I was unwanted, it's just like life is hard, and you got to work hard, and then you just can't make enough money because we're constantly struggling. And for me, because I grew up, I ended up staying in the family. They didn't send me away, but so for me, I just constantly have this feeling like no matter how hard I try, how hard I do everything, and just never good enough. So, this is just my belief, right? It's not about the truth or, whatever, because, the circumstance, whatever the situation, it doesn't mean anything, right? And then another thing is that money is hard to come, right? Hard to come by and hard to keep. This is a very common belief for some people who are, and then also there's some people who are saying that, deeply subconsciously believe that, you just don't deserve to succeed. And for some people, even for illnesses and disease, because they had some family history, whatever genetic stuff, and then they just say, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that because, it's genetic, right? So all of this is deep-rooted subconscious beliefs, right? So this is what I'm gonna talk to you about, and this is what I'm gonna deal with today, and I'm gonna show you something, right? It's not what we normally do, but it's amazing. But another thing that they not normally do is they're just not aware, because hypnosis is something we all do. Yeah. Jason, my connection is not stable. Can you hear me?
Yes. Everything is fine.
TV, listen to music in the society, because there's a system. So this is all we do, all day, all night long. The hypnosis literally means what are you programming into your subconscious mind. So what I've been exploring is that how advantage and to serve us as human beings. So this really comes down to what our next step is. And I know that, some of you still no camera on. My request is that, can you turn on the camera so we can have, like, and check with you what's going on in this situation, whether you are, so that we can, get this session going on. So the next part, I will induce you into the hypnosis session. So this hypnosis is a very light hypnosis. It's not the kind of, you see in the show, they just completely, trick you and you lose your conscious. No, nothing like that. And you're very safe, and you would be just literally like relaxed state. And then you will get into the sort of like helping your conscious mind to sit back and relax, and then bring your subconscious mind to the foreground to listen to whatever that we're going to talk about, because this session is dedicated to remove some of your limiting beliefs. So imagine, right? Earlier, I used an analogy you're holding or hosting this boat, dragging it across the desert. This is the experience of most people. Like whatever I talk to, whatever I share, whenever people experience something like, oh my God, life is just this, life that, and it's because some of that beliefs, right? It's just like not aligned with what you really want, right? So if you ever wonder why, right? So now you're gonna find out. So what we're gonna do is today is help you really put that boat in the ocean and help you hoist up the sail so you can really sail in the life effortlessly, right? Imagine, now you are aligned. Whatever the background, the subconscious mind is now supporting you. You're on the same page. It's like literally just moving you effortlessly towards life, and you are in control now. So, who would like some of that? Yeah? All right, great, yeah. So I guess some of the rest of you not interested? Yeah? So basically the reason why I was requesting that is that so I can see what setting you have, because what we do later on is that you will need to put your cell phone down, fix somewhere that you can have the hands free, okay? And then, you know, another thing is that we will, because this is, we're gonna bring you back to some of the childhood things, okay? And for some people, they might say, oh, you know, because it's all for you, it's all because of you. Whatever you're gonna see, you're gonna discover it's your power only, right? What I do here is only guide you. So whatever you're gonna get is what you get. So don't feel any way to compare with any other people. Just, you know, go with your process. Whatever way it is, it's perfect. Just be that, okay? And some people might say, oh, I can't see any things. It's fine. And just be there and then be with that, because I'm going to bring you back to your childhood, okay? So just be with that small version of you and just discover and see. And mostly it's just explore the emotions, right? When you're growing up, what kind of life that you had? What, you know, because many of these subconscious beliefs, limiting beliefs, are formed in that moment of that event, okay? And so another thing is, yeah, later on, there will be a test during the session. There'll be a test. I want you to hold your hands out like this, like as if you're holding a handlebar. So have your arms free so you can see, because you're gonna go up and down with that, yeah. So I will give you the instructions. And for some people, you might have a tendency of falling asleep. That's fine too, but try not to and be conscious, because you see it's so relaxed. You just completely just gone. You just get into this this relaxation, right? It's because another thing about the hypnosis is that it's incredibly beneficial. Imagine, right? We get into the relaxed stage, your body is relaxed. It's released tension as well. So it's incredibly beneficial from all front. Okay, so you're in for a treat today. I can assure you, literally. All right, so I can check with the rest of you. So you just take care. What I need you to do is fix your screen. So you can't just, you know, walk around or having it holding your hand. It doesn't work. Okay, Shine. I think Shine, you are you able to fix the camera somewhere you can sit down? Yeah? Okay, great. Yeah, so just relax. Yeah.
Ms. Jing, can I take one more person? She's waiting in the waiting room.
Okay, right at the dot. My God. Okay, so everyone else, so what I want you to do is just sit. Yeah, before that, okay, I want you to, did you admit Ravati? Okay, another thing is check all your notifications and switch your phone to the silent mode or airplane mode so you don't have any disruption. Because when you are in that state, you don't want to be distracted, okay? You need the absolute concentration. And then I need you to sit relaxed with the feet on the ground, and then feet apart, and then knees apart, hands relaxed, and then preferably open position, like palms up on your lap. Yeah, she's not able to connect. Okay, great. Yeah, I can see Harun also. Awesome. Yes, that's perfect position. Great. I think there's a problem with her connecting. So we're just gonna go ahead, okay? And can you actually remove her? It doesn't work, Jason. Yeah. And we will be in touch with her later. She can watch the session later, or else we'll be delaying over here. All right. So we're ready. Oh, let me move this screen over here. Perfect. So as I said earlier, hypnosis is very simple. It's literally just induce you into the alpha wave brainwave state. Like once you're in the alpha brainwave state, you're open and you are ready to really accept all this wonderful new beliefs or programming, the things that you want, literally, right? So how cool is that? This is what I call take control of your life. And this is the access. So how it works is that literally the alpha wave brainwave states you can access also very easily. I talked about that with some other groups before. It's literally just you, if you can see me, you just chain parallel. You don't need to look up. You just chain normal and then roll your eyes up. You roll your eyeballs up, and as if you're looking into your eyebrows or your hairline, just look within yourself. You just woke up and just like this. Can you see me? Yeah? You see me? So basically just roll your eyeballs up and then you close your eyelids right down. So, you know, the moment you feel that fluttering in your sensation in your eyelids, right? When you feel that, you know, you are incredibly suggestible. It's just like perfect subject for hypnosis. And this is the meaning like you are ready, you know, like ready to welcome in your new life. So everyone, can you do it for me and just test and see whether you can do that? Yeah, just roll your eyeballs up, chain parallel. You don't need to look up at your chain. Yeah, just regularly just look inside of your, almost inside of your head, kind of like your eyes reversed back. You look inside, eyes open, and then put your, close your eyelids down. Yeah, it's perfect. I can see you fluttering, Jason. That's perfect. Yes. So now I can see everybody's doing well. Wonderful job. Okay, now I want you to open your eyes again. Okay. So now I want you to start now. Wait one second. We start again. This time I want you to go all the way in. Okay, so now everything's ready. We're gonna just go it. So what I want you to do is just look up as high as you possibly can. All right, so now perfect. And you are looking into your eyebrows and roll up your eyes and keeping your eyeballs just glued up and breathe in and breathe out. And keeping your eyeballs rolled up and breathe in and breathe out. And give me one more time. Just roll your eyes up, keeping your eyeballs up and breathe in and breathe out. And each time you blink, that is hypnosis coming upon you. So now, yeah, close your eyelids right down right now as you exhale. Perfect. All the way down. So your eyelids shut. So as your eyelids shut, the muscles and nerves in and around your eyes are becoming heavy, droopy, drowsy. Your eyelids are starting to feel right now as if they've been glued shut, sealed shut. locked together. And you will soon find the harder you try to open your eyes, the more they feel glued shut, sealed shut, or locked tight. So just forget all about your eyes. Allow a drifting, floating feeling to the back of your body. And just picture in your mind 10 steps descending. And if you drop your chain just a fraction, you can really feel that looking down sensation as you're looking over a balcony or down 10 steps. So now you are looking down 10 steps. And as I count backwards, you're going to see your feet, hear your feet, even feel your feet, making contact with every step. You are moving on to step 10 right now. As each muscle, every nerve turns loose, lets loose, and you go deeper. You are taking step 9 and 8. You can see your feet, feel your feet treading each step. You are taking step 7. You can hear your feet making contact with every step. You are taking step 6. As each muscle, every nerve turns loose, lets loose, and you go deeper. You are taking step 5, and you're halfway down as gently, calmly, easily move on over to a much deeper level. You are taking step 4, as every sound and noise and movement around you carries you deeper and further into the most healing and the most liberating and the most empowering level of hypnosis. And then you are taking steps 3 and 2 as you gently, calmly, easily go deeper and deeper and deeper. And deeper simply means you are going deeper into an awareness of yourself. And you are taking step 1. Just sleep deeply. And every time I click my fingers and say the word, sleep deeply, and you're going deeper into an awareness of yourself. So just breathe deeply, go deeper, and just sink deeper. And as you go deeper, you are listening with your subconscious mind. And your conscious mind is drifting away. And hypnosis is not about being asleep. It's about being suggestive. And it's about going to a level where you are proving to yourself that your mind will accept whatever you tell it. So once you know that, you are then fully responsible for telling yourself better things. So I want you now stretch out your 2 arms at shoulder height, like what we showed earlier. Just stretch out your arms at shoulder height as if that you're holding reins of a horse or the handlebars of a bike. So stretch your arms out and close your palms as you're holding something in each of your hand. Perfect. So I want you to imagine in your left hand, you're holding a huge red fire bucket that's filled with about 80 pounds of heavy, wet sand. And straight away, you can feel the weight of that bucket in your left hand. And your left arm is becoming heavier and heavier by the second. And you can feel the weight in your wrist, in your elbow, right up into your shoulder. And you can feel it in your finger as that left arm becomes heavier and heavier, and the weight of that bucket full of sand just begin to pull it all the way down. And as your left arm sinks down, drops down from the sand, you are sinking, dropping, moving deeper into hypnosis. Your whole body is so heavy, it's sinking into the chair. Your eyes are so heavy and they don't want to open. except for your arm. So in your right arm, you are holding a huge helium-filled balloon, a bright blue balloon that is bigger than you. It is so completely weightless. It's attached to your right arm, and your right arm is starting to float up, to move up, to lift up. It feels as if someone has attached your right arm to a pulley. And as they pull your right arm, it is floating, moving, lifting, traveling up, all on its own accord. So one arm is absolutely weightless, traveling up, and one arm is completely weighted and it's pulling down. And it's all because of your own ability to accept suggestions. As your right arm floats in its travel and lifts up, which you're floating, moving, traveling, lifting deeper into hypnosis. And as your left arm pulled down, you're being pulled deeper and deeper into hypnosis. And then now you are going to notice that when you even try to push that right arm down, it's like trying to push a balloon underwater. It just insists on springing up even higher. Try to push down, and the arm is just holding the balloon. Notice it's just insistent, staying up, springing up for me. So now try to lift your left arm. It feels that it's being encased in concrete, in lead. It's so weighted. And so you can see that you are incredibly suggestible. And every single person here is suggestible. And as I count to 3 and click my fingers, you'll just let go of the bucket and let go of the balloon and go at least 50 times deeper on the count of 1, 2, and 3. Just sleep. Now drop both of your arms into your lap. That's perfect. And of course, you are going to a sleep of the nervous system. And I want you to imagine now that your eyes are glued shut, sealed shut, locked together, and filled together. So much so that even thinking about opening your eyes is just something that you can't even be bothered with. So I want you to imagine your eyes are glued shut, sealed shut, locked together. And when I ask you to try to open your eyes, it just feels like way, way too much work. Your eyes are glued shut, sealed shut, locked tight. Try to open your eyes. Find they're locked tight. Go deeper. And try to open your eyes, and they are sealed shut. Go deeper. And one more time. Try to open your eyes. They are locked shut, sealed shut, and fused together. And go deeper and deeper and deeper. And this is great news, because you're seeing already you're incredibly suggestible. Guess what? Every suggestion you accept makes the next one easier. When you can accept meaningless suggestions like the bucket balloon and the eyes being glued shut, then your mind will be absolutely wide open to accept meaningful suggestions about you being confident, healthy, fit, or whatever you want. So I want you to imagine right now you are taking a walk, and where you're walking to is a house you lived at between the age of 2 and 10. And you can be a newborn, and you can be 11 or 12. There is some flexibility in age, but you are going back to the home where you were raised before you were 12 years old. So you're walking down the path. If you had many houses that you intuitively know which house to go to, and you're walking through the front door, and now you are going straight to the bedroom. That was your bedroom as a little kid. And you've reached out your hand, and you can feel that bedroom handle in your hand. And you're about to go into the bedroom from your childhood. And you instinctively know that on the other side of that room is you as a little child. And this little child knows that you are there, all grown up. And you know that they are you as a child. And you have the most complete affinity of this child. So now you're opening the door. You're going into that bedroom, and they're sitting on the bed is you. When you're somewhere between the age of 6 months, 2 years old, maybe 10, and the right age child is there in that room. And you know that that child knows you. And I want you to ask that child a question. Are you happy? And immediately the answer comes up. Are you happy? Are you loved? Does someone tell you every day that they love you? Does someone show you every day that they love you? Do you feel loved? And the people raising you, do they tell you that you are special, that you're meant to be here, that you are a gift to the world? And it's okay to go sad or tearful. So I want you to look at that little child, and I want you to understand what is going on in their mind. We make beliefs in being on this planet, but just a few years. I'm not lovable. I'll never have money. I'm not smart. I'm not clever. I'm not even pretty or handsome or attractive. So look at that little child who is you, and understand immediately that you made decisions, you formed opinions, you came to conclusions when you were being here for maybe 4 years, and all these years later, you're still believing these beliefs. And I want you to ask that little child what it thinks is available to it based on the feelings that the child is feeling. What does that younger you think is available? Is it a life where you have to work really hard to earn enough? Is it a life where you have to work so hard just to make enough money? Is it life where you never stand out and you never get noticed? Or is it the life where you feel it's having peace and joy isn't really available? And I want you to imagine picking up that gorgeous little kid, and I want you to wrap your arms around yourself right now. You can put your arms around yourself and you're holding that little child in your arms. Or you can imagine taking it by the hand, but wrapping your arms around yourself is a wonderful thing. So I want you to say some things out loud. And I want you to repeat these words, even if you feel a little bit silly and nobody's listening and they're all doing their own thing and you're on mute. So put your arms around that little child and hold him or her in your arms. And I want you to say to that little child right now, and repeat after me, I'm becoming a loving parent to you. So repeat after me and say that out loud. So no one in the world can play this role like I can. And no one, and I love you exactly the way you are. I love you completely and unconditionally. I will always have time for you. I will always listen to you. You and I have balance now. There's nothing we can't do. That's awesome. And I want you to imagine taking that child out of that house and taking that child back to wherever you live or work, work or where you live now. And I want you to imagine you taking this little child and walking through the front door and showing them that you're able to upgrade them into a different world, a world of love, a world of success, a world of feeling empowered, a world of having love and money and happiness. So take that little child out of that childhood home and take that child to wherever you live now. And I want you to walk them room by room and show them everything that's available. Of course, some of that is material things like showing them what's in your wardrobe that you couldn't possibly have at 4 or 5. And show them the car, the phone book full of friends that you couldn't possibly have at 4 or 5. Because in doing this, you're upgrading that child into your world, which is in every way a better one. Because you have power that you didn't have as a child. You have choices that you didn't have as a child. Children have very few choices, and most of all, you have the ability to make whatever you want to be available to you. And that could be a perfect life partner. It could be a promotion. It could be a great job. It could be being well. It could be having a really fit, healthy body. It could be love, money, success. It could be just living in peace and knowing that you are an amazing person, that you matter. So I'm going from 5 to 1, and you're all going to go back to a same place, event, and time that has to do with you having some negative beliefs about yourself. As they come back, you're going to go back to a saying that is all to do with how, where, when, and why you ever got limiting beliefs. You are going to go back to how, where, why, and when you formed these negative beliefs about yourself. And you really hadn't been on the planet long enough to understand the long-term implications of coming up with these negative beliefs. And you're gonna go back to some hurt that's going to be healed. And you're gonna go back to why, where, how, and when you believed the life you want, the things you really want are not available to you. So on the count of 5, you're drifting right back right now to a vivid, vital, crucial, absolutely significant thing that has all to do with how, where, why, and absolutely when you acquired limiting beliefs about yourself. On the count of 4, you're becoming years younger. On the count of 3 and 2, you're becoming smaller, lighter, shorter. On the count of 1, years, months, weeks, days are peeling away from your body. You're drifting right back right now to a vivid, vital, crucial, absolutely significant thing that has all to do with how, where, why, and when you acquired some limiting beliefs about yourself. So just be there. And right now, it's as if a computer screen, a television screen has been warmed up. A picture is beginning to flood into your subconscious mind. And in this picture, I want you to see, where are you? Are you inside or outside? Is it daytime or is it nighttime? Are you on your own or is somebody with you? How old are you? These answers are coming up. How old are you? And here's the only question that really needs to be answered. What are you experiencing? What are you feeling? And I want you to feel that feeling you are feeling now. And to be aware of the experience you are experiencing. I want you to take a few minutes and look at that thing. And your mind hasn't picked that thing at random. It's taking you back in direct response to a question. Why, where, how, when did I acquire some limiting beliefs about myself? Negative beliefs. And when did I get this hurt that needs to be healed? Why do I think some of the things I want and desire are not available? So this answer, this thing is your answer. So just look at it and remember it. Keep it. We're going to go back to 3 things. So each time you are going to remember one thing as a snapshot of the DVD. And now going back to, and we're going to go back to an even more powerful even more revealing thing. And again, on the count of 5, you're drifting back to a vivid, vital, crucial, absolutely significant thing that is all to do with how, why, where, and when you ever might have thought you were just not quite good enough. You're becoming younger, smaller, lighter, shorter. Years, months, weeks, days are peeling away from your body as you drift back to a vivid, vital, crucial, absolutely significant thing that has all to do with when you begin to doubt you. And you're drifting right back, right now. Just be there. And again, this thing in your mind, is it daytime or is it nighttime? Are you inside or outside? On your own or somebody with you? And the only question that matters, what are you doing, seeing, feeling, and experiencing? What beliefs are you forming when you've been on the planet for just a few years? What beliefs are you coming up with about yourself? You see, you made your beliefs, and then your beliefs made you. And then you go out into the world, and the universe matches your beliefs. So what are you believing about yourself? You're just a sweet little kid, just a little cute thing. But you're already forming some beliefs that are hurting you, limiting you, and holding you back. So now we're gonna go back one more time. Just keep that second thing in your mind as you go back now to the most profound, the most direct, and the most revealing thing of all. Again, on the count of 5, you're drifting back to a vivid, vital, crucial, absolutely significant thing that is the cause, the reason, the very root of why you ever doubted. And you're becoming younger, smaller, lighter, shorter. Years, months, weeks, days are peeling away from your body. You're drifting right back, right now, to a vivid, vital, crucial thing that is the cause, the reason, and the root of your hurt, your limiting beliefs, your self-doubt. And you are going right back, right now, and just be there. So this thing again, is it daytime or nighttime? Are you inside or outside? Are you on your own or is anybody with you? And what are you doing, seeing, feeling, or experiencing? What is going on in this thing? And I want you to look at these things now, just with your adult eyes. And you see, when you are a child, you see things with the eyes of a child. And you see things with the perception of a child. My mom doesn't love me. I'm not lovable. My dad prefers my brother. I'm not good enough. I'm not in the top grade at school. I'm not smart. So when we are a child, we see things not clearly at all. But when you go back and see these things differently, it changes everything. So I want you to look at that little child and to understand that the beliefs that you've been believing when you've been on the planet for a few years, and the decisions are making you made when you've been on the planet for only a few years, and also the opinions you're forming about yourself. And I want you to again to wrap your arms around that child, and I want you to remember what you needed to hear. I can tell you some because everyone wants to hear the same thing. I'm a great kid. I'm lovable. I'm smart. People love me. And you know much better than me, what did you need your mom, your father, your teacher, your best friends, aunts, uncles, grandmother, grandfather, whoever was raising you. What did you most need to hear from each of them? You know, and you know, you know. I know you know. And I want you to out loud say those things. And nothing in the world will boost your self-esteem more than praise. And there's nothing in the world that boosts the human's self-esteem more than praise. And self-praise is more powerful than the praise of others. Because when you praise yourself, there is no agenda. So now I want you to say these words out loud. And you can repeat after me. You are so beautiful. So you're saying these words to this little kid that was you, and repeat after me. You are so beautiful. You are the most gorgeous kid. You are so smart. You are so wonderful. I'm so lucky to have you. I'm so lucky to be your parent. I love you so much. When you grow up, you're going to find so many people that love you, cherish you, and value you because you matter. You are here for a reason. You are here for a purpose. So now I want you to continue saying some of the things out loud. Okay, I want you to use your own words. And you know what you needed to hear from teachers, parents, relatives, brothers, sisters, whatever you wanted to hear. Say those things out loud. And nobody can hear you, so just say those things out loud. Or you can say it inside in your heart. But when you say it out loud, you're literally saying those things to your mind. It's really wonderful. Yeah, just keep going. Say it like you mean it, and say it over and over again. Yeah, you know exactly what you wanted, you needed to hear. That's great. Okay. So some people actually come into this world through parents who don't appear to appreciate them or value them, or even particularly love them. And that's an awful thing. And then other people who would be the most amazing parents in the world, who would sell their home to make IVF work, but they don't get a chance, even though they would be the most phenomenal parents. And that's a hard thing to make sense of. So this person doesn't love me, and they are my parent. And yet that person would be a great parent, and they don't get to have a child. And the only way you can make sense of that is as if your parents may not have made you feel that they wanted you. They may not have shown you the love you needed. But the truth is, someone bigger than your parents wanted you to be here. We come through our parents, but we don't come from them. The universe created you, and the universe that created you wanted you to be here. And it wanted you to be exactly, wanted you to be a boy, wanted you to be a girl. It wanted you to be here. And you came through your parents, but the universe created you. It gave you the most extraordinary skills and talents. And the universe that created you will support you 1,000% in knowing that you belong, that you matter, that you have skills and talents and abilities that are just so unique to you. And the universe that created you will support you every single day in knowing that you belong, that you're meant to be here, that you are here for a reason. So you came through some parents who may not have done a good job, good enough job, and they did the best they could. But maybe it wasn't good enough. But the universe created you. It gave you very particular talents. And the universe created you because you're an expression of life's longing for itself. That's why you are here. You are an expression of life's longing to continue itself. You are the son and the daughter of life's longing and need to express itself through you. And you may have come through parents who weren't quite up to the job, but it's never too late to have a happy childhood. It's never ever too late for you to do the most phenomenal job of parenting yourself. And no one in the world can do this like you. So I want you to look at those three things, and I want you to imagine you are holding in your left hand those three things of you. Those three things are in the left hand, and in your right hand is a thing of you today. So in one hand, your right hand, you are holding a picture, a photograph, a DVD of you today, your life today. And in your left hand, you're holding these three snapshots, 3 photos and 3 DVDs, and 3 memories of these things in your past. And you are now instantly, intuitively, quite effortlessly letting yourself understand how those 3 things then have led you to what's going on in your life now. And this is what you are going to do so superbly with all of yourself now, okay? So, but right now you're really just looking at yourself, looking at these 3 things, linking them to the present, and understanding that whatever happened in those things don't hurt you. But the meaning you attached to those things that can hurt you. Those 3 things can hurt you, but the interpretation can. So right now you are changing the interpretation and you are changing the meaning. You are massively empowering yourself, and you're able to do this yourself. And then just as easily, you are able to do this right now. Look at those 3 things, and like a detective, to work out how those things influenced you and how they affected you, what they did to you. So you are daisy chaining those 3 things together and saying to your mind, how did those 3 things lead me to where I am today? And how did those 3 things give me issues or negative beliefs or limiting beliefs or some hurt? But I'm ready now to let go. And it all makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. And makes sense with clarity. And you have an understanding that is so powerful and so liberating, so freeing. And right now, for you, understanding is power. And understanding hypnosis is really the most phenomenal power. And right as you look over, as you look around, as you look right at that little child you used to be, you understand exactly why you acquired certain beliefs. You understand how those things shaped you and influenced you and what they did to you. You look over and around and through those things, and you know intuitively, instinctively, how those things influenced you, how they shaped you, and what they did to you. But you also know something even more extraordinary. As the beautiful, talented, grown-up person that you are, it is no longer relevant. It is no longer necessary. It isn't even remotely interesting. It will never again for you to be appropriate to think those thoughts, to believe those thoughts ever again. From this moment on and for the rest of your life, you are aware of a profound transformation taking place in you. You understand how those things affected you. You understand that anyone who went through those things at the age you went through would believe what you believed and act the way that you act. But you understand something else. You're not a helpless child. You're not a dependent child. You are a powerful, independent, smart, super intelligent, lovable, and loved adult. And those things can never, ever affect you again. Those things are out of your life. They are in your past. They are so far removed. Those are things like the water in the shower you took this morning. You can't run back and collect the shower water, even if you wanted to. It's gone. It is out of your life. It is in the past. And these things are gone. They are so far behind you. Every imprint, every impression, every thought, idea, belief, feeling, or memory, anything, and indeed everything that was detrimental to you is shrinking, fading, and disappearing. It is long, long gone. It's something you used to have, but cannot, will not, does not influence you ever again. From this moment on, you are aware of powerful transformation taking place in you, and you make the right decisions. You believe in yourself. You know with unwavering, unshakable conviction and certainty that you are absolutely lovable. You always have been lovable. You will always be lovable, just the way you are. You know that you are enough. You are more than enough. You have always been enough. You always will be enough. And you are enough right now. And you know that actually all the pain that you went through can only make you a better person because you have empathy. You have understanding. You can empathize with others. You can relate to people. That helps make people like you even more. So as you go deeper and deeper and deeper, you're so aware of this phenomenal transformation taking place in you. As you change the interpretation, change the meaning, as you change your whole life from now, you are aware that you have phenomenal coping skills. You have outstanding, remarkable, phenomenal coping skills. You can cope with anything life has to offer. You make your life extraordinary because you are extraordinary and you matter. You live a life in a way that you know that you matter. Other people know that you matter. So right now, I want you to massively increase your own sense of self-worth and self-value and self-esteem. Even as I speak, your self-esteem is soaring. The sense of self-worth is rocketing. And with your self-belief, they are all going up. Your sense of self-worth, self-value, self-esteem are increasing. And those old issues from your past are decreasing, shrinking, fading, going, and gone. And every day, as you increase your sense of self-worth, self-image, and self-value, and everyone around you increases their sense of your worth and value. You like yourself, and you really like yourself. You like other people, and people like you because you like them. They like you because you like yourself. You love yourself. You believe in yourself. You boost your self-esteem every day with praise. And you know exactly what to do. And you are aware of a transformation taking place in you. You're aware of a powerful, permanent, all-pervasive change is taking place in you every day. My voice goes with you. It has the most powerful, the most profound, and the most healing, and the most permanent, and the most all-pervasive impact on you. My words go with you with my voice. You hear these words without it. You still hear these words because all you have to do every day to transform so powerfully is to think those thoughts and to hear these words and to see these images. You're responding powerfully to these direct mental commands. Your brilliant mind is locking onto every word I'm saying. And the most wonderful thing of all is just hearing these words. It's causing your mind to picture everything that I'm describing. Then to go ahead and create it for your mind. And then your mind must act in a way that matches your thinking. And your body must act a way that matches your thinking. So think these thoughts, hear these words, and see these images, and accept these suggestions. And then respond powerfully to these direct mental commands. And knowing that just hearing these words is causing your mind to picture it, to manifest it, create it. And you have most phenomenal power to make your life extraordinary. And you are tapping into that power, using that power. And your mind is influenced by a network of intelligence. And your body is influenced by a network of intelligence, which is run by your own mind. And even now, you're drifting to the most deep healing and powerful, profound, transforming level where you are changing everything that needs to be changed. And you are feeling extraordinary. Everything is in the right place at the right time for you. Everything and so much more is available to you. And this image of you as the confident, healthy, fit person is becoming so clear, so real, so lifelike. And it is so attainable to you because everything is in the right place and the right time, making it attainable. And then this image of you being successful and getting anything and everything that you want in life. The right life partner, the right job, the right salary, the promotion, whatever, the success that you want. It just becomes so real and so clear to you. It is so attainable for you. So it's all becoming real and coming into your life now because you can picture it. You can imagine it. Whatever you can hold in your mind, you can hold in your hand. So just be with these images and feeling remarkable, feeling extraordinary, and feeling proud of how well you did. And on the count of 1 and 2, you are slowly, calmly, easily, and effortlessly returning to your full awareness and feeling amazing. On the count of 3 and 4, feeling extraordinary and feeling liberated, feeling so empowered, and feeling elated. On the count of 5, just open up your eyes and fill up your lungs And take a long, deep breath and welcome back. So when you are ready, come back. Are we all back now? Or is still there?
Sushma is still sleeping. I don't know. Yeah,
You're
fantastic.
on mute.
It was
Sushma, you're on mute, yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So relieving.
I'm definitely there here. I wanted to
know,
drink water, but I didn't know if I can open my eyes.
Yeah, you can drink afterwards, yeah. See, for some people, you want to really release and you wanted to really just, let go, because this is going to be a continuing process. Whatever way that you're letting go, just let it be, okay? So I really truly acknowledge all of you being here with me on the session. And I also got the comment from everyone, yeah, like you really enjoyed it. And thank you, Rinira.
Yeah.
And for your comment, and then you can mute yourself and also share and want to say anything that you want to say, any questions, and just really allow yourself. So all I want to say is that you did amazing and just so wonderful. Yeah, you can speak, Renera. Can you unmute Jason?
Yeah, she's on
Listen,
unmute.
you can unmute.
Just a moment.
Yeah, you can unmute yourself and you can express yourself. It's wonderful that you have tears. Yeah,
Hi.
it's so good. Yeah, thank you.
I've actually had a lot of words because I've had it very difficult my childhood. It's not been easy. So it was a very difficult space to go back to. And I'm still very choked up, but thank you is all I want to say. It's amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. See, this is the thing, right? We may think that, it's difficult childhood, and then, we have been sort of like past that. But the truth about it is that, anytime you're not dealing with it, you're not really looking at those limiting beliefs, you've been carrying that around with you all this time, right? So in this session, what happened is that you got an access to release that. You got access to see, oh, okay, so this is what happened. This cannot affect me, but the meaning that I attach to that can affect me, right?
Okay.
And look at you, right? Look at you. You're a beautiful, gorgeous, intelligent, beautiful, independent lady, right? Whatever you experienced as a helpless and dependent child, that's long past, right?
Absolutely.
So now it's up to you to really upgrade the meaning that you attach to that. And then this is the truth, by the way. Whatever the beliefs, the meaning you attached in the past with what you had gone through, it's only limiting you. It's only hurting you. It's not even truth, right?
That's true. Yeah, it's like an emotional baggage. Yes, it is. It does draw you down, and I'm a little bit. I'm the last person to be at the loss of words. Sushma knows me well, but right now I'm pretty choked up. So I don't know. I just want to say thank you for doing this with us. It was a good choice. I had 3 different sessions, and I chose to be here, and I think it was a calling. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you for being here. I truly believe this as well. As I shared earlier with everyone, because I had similar childhood experience with you. No, I mean, like in terms of hardship. Okay, I'm talking about the hardship. And so for me, this helped me so much. I cannot be who I am without, the support, without the upgrading of the subconscious beliefs. So I'm glad that I can be here and support you. Okay.
Thank you so much,
awesome.
Jing.
Welcome. Yeah. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Awesome. So who else would like to say something?
If anybody wants to come online and share some words, Shine, Miss Sabita, anybody?
That's fine. It's absolutely fine if you don't want to share anything, because this is also an experience, because like what Renera is sharing, it's a really you know, emotionally, it takes some time for them to really sink it in and let it really be.
Yeah.
So whichever way is perfect. It's just awesome that you're already here and you're with us. And, you know, this is truly amazing, amazing access, which I discovered, right? Talk about who we are, 96, 98% is subconscious programming from the childhood, right? This one session, believe me, this one session has elevated yourself to a completely new level. Just have that in your heart, you know it. And this is what really, truly gonna make you to the next level. So basically what I want to share is a little bit more information. I'll just share the screen so we can get the rest of the information. Right, so the next slide which I want to share with you is that, you know, this is one area. So the work which I do, I help people with many different kinds of areas, especially the physical illnesses and then depression, or especially money blocks, love blocks, whatever, and then addictions and also weight issues. There are many, many issues that we can look at in different areas. So what I do is that I can offer I have a special offer which is going on with what I'm doing now because of this COVID situation. So this is my information. I think it's not really showing. Okay, this way. Yeah. So can you all see this? So if you want to be in touch, you can definitely be, and then you can take a screenshot with the information. And welcome to be in touch with me if you need anything else. So this is what I'm doing recently with this work. It's really, truly amazing and changing people's lives. So, okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ms. Jing.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you for coming online.
So is there anything else that you would like to say? Because I saw that you're totally absorbed, Jason.
Yeah, it was a great session. You know, your self-realization is one of the most important things, because we get busy and we run after all these things during our daytime, and even in the night we are not peaceful. You know, so self-realization is very important to actually listen to our brain, listen to our heart, what we actually want. So this is the time to reflect on what we actually want, and where do we want to become, what are the mistakes we've done. So it was quite a different session. It was my first session. It was great. Yeah. And I think it's a great honor to have you, because I think you had a meeting at 5 o'clock, and you had a client at 5.
No, 5:30.
5:30.
I have. Yeah.
And you made it so much time for spending with us, and all 11 participants, I think they have been benefited largely, and it was a great honor to have you among us.
Thank you. Yeah, I totally get your acknowledgement, and I also get what you're saying about, you know, the reality of us as human beings nowadays is we're running around here, we're doing this, we're doing that. Of course, everybody's thinking, of course, doing what the best, right? We think is the best. But, you know, what really drives me is that question, what makes the difference? What is that one thing, right? If you do that one thing, you take care of that one thing, it will literally change your life like, oh my God. It's the difference. That picture is so vivid. You're dragging that boat across the desert yourself, or you are putting that boat in the ocean and hoist the sails, letting it sail, right? What kind of life that you choose? So this is the kind of difference that it can make if you work with your subconscious mind. It's like literally anything, everything. So just quickly, I'll just share one experience which really touched, of course, very important to me, is I was able to support my father. You know, before he was suffering from this chronic bronchitis for almost 60 years. And every year he was coughing and spitting, and because he can't control it, right? And just suffering. And what he expressed to me really teared me up was that he was experiencing loss of freedom. I didn't know that, because he couldn't go to the parties and he couldn't really participate anywhere people are smoking, like he can't go. So when I saw that, wow, okay, so what he experienced himself in life, apart from the torture of the coughing and the spitting, he was literally feeling constrained almost like his whole life. So when he expressed to me, he said he just wanted to have this one thing taken care of. I was like, yeah, great. Okay, so now we're going to, give you freedom back. So truly, like in that one session, when I went back to see him, he was coughing in that session, right? And then when I went back and then did the session with him, just in that one session, and he discovered something. He went back to his childhood, and what he saw was, as a child, because we live in a small farm, and the conditions and circumstances are really tough, right? And especially in his time, and everybody was required to work on the farm to support. And he was a little boy, he didn't want to work. And then when he didn't comply, his mother beat him up. So he was just really cross about that. The whole time he was saying to himself, oh, I don't want to work on, I just want to play. So this one time he got this cough and he got this sickness, and then he didn't need to work on the farm, and nobody was beating him up, and then he got his favorite food and he got special attention. He was so happy, right? And then he made it, somehow he didn't know that, but he told his subconscious mind, this is what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted. I just want to be like this. So his subconscious mind all the time, because our mind all the time is thinking, really doing everything to support us, believe it or not, right? So when he saw that, he said, wow, okay, all right, this is me. So we use different tools to help him to really upgrade that belief and clear that old instructions and then upgrade to the new one. And then, because in all the sessions, what I do is that I make a personal recording at the end, because our mind also learns by repetition. So whatever that you want to create, he created his new life with me, right? And then in the end, and then the perfect health and how he'd look and how he'd be reacting on the life, and it would be completely different with freedom. So he listened to that recording for about a month, and right after the session, his cough is already subsided, and then after that 1 month of listening, he's completely done. It's healed. So he literally just healed and cured his 60 years, almost 60 years of chronic bronchitis. So like, this is what happens even with Kate from London. It's the same thing. And she was literally like spending so much money and doing all the tests in hospitals in UK. So expensive. And she was like, wow, I can't believe it. How come? So it was all in the subconscious mind. If you don't know it, right? If you really look and go for that one thing, you just do that one twitch, it's done. And many genetic issues also can be shifted as well, because there's something that you can turn on and off. This is how amazing it is. This is what I, in the video, also said, we have the power over our mind. If you are aware and if you are taking control of that, you do have the power to take over your life and to take control of your life. So this is how I am experiencing my life now, coming from all this past hurtful childhood, difficult situations, and, limited. I had this incredible limited beliefs about money, incredible limited beliefs about love, and all of that, I'm gradually just really working on the beliefs, like shifting the subconscious beliefs so that I can be who I am today. So all of this is doable. It's not as difficult as we think, but how we do it makes the difference. And then, my question is, what is the best way? And this is what I found, the best way. So this is what also I'm offering to, help and support more people, especially during this special period of time. And yeah. So if you have any more questions, and we can answer the questions. If no more questions, we can just end the session. Yeah. So I'm gonna stop sharing the screen now. And if anyone wants to reach out, you can reach out to me, or you can reach out to Jason and Sushma and let me know. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Ms. Jing. I think nobody has got any other questions. We will wind up the session right now.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for coming online. The recorded version, I will send it to you. It will be in my YouTube channel. Thanks a lot, everybody for joining. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank you. Bye-bye. Have a great day.
Thank you, same to you.